How are you doing right now? Trying to probably still recuperate.
I'm doing fine, thank you. I really appreciate you asking.
Of course. Well, let's start where things ended, I suppose, because we saw you so passionately talk both to the professors as well as to us in the DR that, like, if I stay, I will defend my family till the last breath in my BB body. That being said, I certainly know in your campaigning you were also revealing the professors to the other side of the house, and revenge is a dish best served cold. So I'm intrigued. Should you have stayed last night? Were you with the professors until the end, or was revenge in your plan somehow?
I was with the professors till the end. I'm a loyal person. I've always been a loyal person. And if they redeem me, then of course, then there's a response to that, right? And that response is my loyalty. And I meant every word of that. My pitch was, if you save me, you will have my loyalty. And I demonstrated that throughout the game, right? It wasn't just like promises, promises. This was exactly how I was playing. Although it hurts to be backdoored, there's forgiveness.
Mm.
And forgiveness basically is connection. And of course, I could have been reconnected with them.
That being said, I'm not sure if you know this, but actually, a couple times they were pretty close to flipping things to keep you. There was one holdout, though, Corey.
Corey.
Yeah. So talk to me about this relationship because go back a couple weeks when you're saying, like, I think I subconsciously hate this guy. We had heard rumors of there being some sort of conflict, I would say, after Luke's expulsion. So talk to me about your thoughts on him and now in retrospect thinking, okay, this one-sided grudge ended up turning into the one vote possibly to send me home.
Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is that like Corey and I, when we first met, we thought we could work together. And then shortly after, he ended up in a 8-person alliance, and that severed our communication. And I could feel that, right? I could feel that. And then, as time went on, I was trying to figure out where it was coming from. Ultimately, Corey ends up deciding what's best for his game, and that is evicting me. And as much as that sucks, that is the reality. And I did know that Corey was the holdout, right? I make a last pitch to Corey in the storage room to be like, please save me. If you save me, I will be loyal to you. I promise not to come after you. But I think at that point in time, his mind had already been made up.
Hmm. Well, let's flash back a week, obviously, to your HOH reign, where a lot happened. When it came to Riley, of course, you
Yeah.
were not shy in letting her and everyone know that you were going for her, including this big veto speech that caused a bit of feathers to be ruffled, particularly within the Professor's Alliance. We were
Yeah.
only given a small slice of it. From what I heard, it was quite extensive. Talk to me about what exactly you expressed in that meeting and why you decided to use such a public forum to say, okay, this is what I want to happen.
Yeah, the first thing I want to say though is the speech went too far, right?
Mm.
That and because of that, I gave Riley an apology immediately afterwards because I had recognized that the intent basically went into coldness or unkindness, and I never want to be that way. And so the speech was basically intended to basically explain who my target was, why that was, and what I hope to accomplish. That's what the speech was about, right? But sometimes tone matters more than content.
Hmm.
And I think that what people felt was a tone and a seriousness that then could be assessed as cruelty. And that was never the intention, right? Which is why Riley gets an apology, why other people in my alliance get an apology, why I spend so much time doing damage control about the things that I said. And things could have been quite different if I had just said less.
Well, yeah, when it comes to that communication style, and this is something obviously you got a heavy dose of reality once you were backdoor, but I know Izzy also had this conversation with you about how sometimes, even within your own alliance, you came across as a bit domineering, as someone that would talk over others. Was this something you were aware of at the time? What was your response when you have heard probably either directly from people or through stuff that has been sent your way already, the way that people were describing the way you were talking to your own allies and enemies alike?
I agree. I thought it was too much. right? Like, I have self-awareness, right? So, in the middle of that, I was like, man, am I sure talking a lot? It would be great if I talked a lot less. The thing was, in my HOH reign, it was really clear to me that the target was Riley. I didn't think there was much to talk about, to be honest. And that was sort of my opinion. Now, the truth is that people need to be heard, right? And they need to share their opinions. And I didn't do a great job of that, right?
Mm.
I could have done a better job of hearing people out, explaining my reasoning, and being more patient, right? I think that I moved too fast. And because I moved too fast, I lost track of some of the more interpersonal signs, right? That I was
Mm.
hurting people. And for that, I regret that. I'm sorry about that.
So one of the smoking guns as well is that you tell the professors, let's not make any side deals, stick within the 7. And then it's informed later on that you had this meeting with Jag and Blue, which certainly get people's minds going as to, okay, is he making side deals? You were someone who preached a lot of honesty and integrity, and I think it's understandable that your alliance looks at that and says, okay, he's not practicing what he preaches. How do you ultimately look on that decision and things like putting forward what you want to play and maybe sometimes the way you play kind of bristling with that idea?
Yeah, I mean, I think things are complex, right? And everyone's playing their own game. Some of that was coming from the fact that I was afraid that I was vulnerable from the other side. I just sent Riley home, or was about to. And so I was trying to make sure that I would be safe. So part of it was that. But
Hmm.
also, I did tell the professors the minute the thing happened, I told them immediately that I had
Mm.
done it, right? Like, it wasn't as if they weren't expecting it. I think that what they were, and I think some of the conversations I had, I didn't give as much meaning to, which then basically, in conjunction with this thing that had with Jag and Blue, they basically were like, oh, he's making side alliances with everyone, he's not with us. But all of my actions really for those 2 weeks was basically support the professors and to continue to keep us together and moving forward. And so, from my standpoint, I thought some of it was they would look upon all my actions, right? But there's a lot. The game is really complex, right? And so actions don't always make the difference, and sometimes just subtle conversations of like, oh, by the way, I talked to so and so, make all the difference. And I just didn't understand.
Well, let's finish with a game for you, Hisam. I can do a quick rapid fire word association. I'll give you
Oh,
the name of somebody left in the house. You get the literal last word. Give me one or a couple words that immediately come to mind for
okay.
them. Let's start with America.
Um, I think I think she's beautiful, right? And I hate to actually use like a characteristic like that, but actually the word I want to use is vivacious. Like,
Okay.
she's a vivacious person, right? She's lively, right?
How about Blue?
I think Blue's sassy.
Mm-hmm. Bowie Jane,
I think she's I think she's friendly. Friendly would be the word.
your fellow blockmate Cameron.
Cameron, I think that I just think country.
Sari,
Motherly.
Corey,
Young.
Felicia,
Um, I think that Felicia's mom, she's a lot more complicated, right? I mean, she's got a great laugh, right? So, she's a lively person, right? She's lively. Maybe lively is the right
how about Izzy,
word. Smart.
Jag,
Um, yeah, I think that he's like, what's the best way of putting it? He's just like he's got a really great social energy to him, right? He's just like, he's captivating. Captivating is the word.
Jared,
Jared is like, I mean, he's like solid, rock solid.
hmm. How about Matt,
Matt, I think that he's, I think he's disciplined, right? I think that he's hardworking. I think that he's, a great representative for the deaf community. That's more than one word, but yeah.
how about Mimi,
Sophisticated, poised.
and finally Red.
Red was just fun, right? Red is just fun.
Amazing. Well, Hisam, thank you for everything you brought. I speak on behalf of the fan community. You'll soon see it, how much we loved seeing you, warts and all, in this house. So I wish we were talking a couple months from now, but regardless, I'm so happy for the experience you had.
Thank you. I wish we were talking in a couple months too.
I
I wish
know.
we were
I know.
talking when I was the winner. Dang it.